Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my everyday makeup drawer for December. This will be my last everyday makeup drawer video for the year. So that is really crazy. I've been doing this series for almost a year now. I think I started in like February or March. And what I like to do is pick out products from my makeup collection, a lot of products that I haven't used in a really long time, so I can kind of discover or rediscover old favorites, see if I still like them, and also test out some new releases for the month. And then at the end of the month, I let you guys know what worked and what didn't work. So I'll be picking out my December products and let you guys know what worked and what didn't work in November. So also I want to let you guys know that I do have two giveaways going on right now. One is my 20K YouTube giveaway. It's a huge giveaway that will be linked in my description box. And then on my Instagram, I have a giveaway for the Jouer holiday collection that is only open for just a few more days. So make sure you're checking that out as well. Both of the giveaways will be linked in my description box. And yeah, that is everything I have to say. I'm going to go into my everyday makeup drawer. So if you guys are interested in finding out what I'm going to be using for the month of December, then just keep on watching. Alright, so going into my everyday makeup drawer for November, there's some things I use like every day, and then there's a couple things that I didn't even end up using this month, and I'll save for next month. What I ended up using a ton are two eyeshadow palettes. I put the Tarte Toasted in my monthly favorites. I use this so much in November. I use this probably every other day. And then I've been loving this palette. I wanted to put it in my favorites, but I filmed my favorites a little too early, so I didn't want to put it in there yet. But then in the past like 10 days, I've been wearing this palette a ton. This is the Nude Beach palette from the Balm, and this palette is so good. The quality is amazing. The shades are awesome. It has like all the transition shades I need. It's a really beautiful fall palette, and it's super similar to the Naked Heat palette, so I didn't end up using the Naked Heat palette at all. I'll show you guys the shade comparisons. Alright, so you guys can see how similar the shades of both of these palettes are. This is definitely more of a good like everyday palette because you can get some really minimal natural looks with it. With the Naked Heat, you're pretty much committing to like fiery tones, oranges, and reds, but this one has some bronzy shades in there too. So it's kind of like in the middle between the Tarte Toasted and the Naked Heat palettes. So I definitely recommend the Balm Nude Beach. It's going to be one of my new favorite palettes. I just know it. I'm going to be wearing it a lot, and I'll probably hit pan because it's just like an awesome palette. And then next I've been wearing the CoverFX Natural Finish Foundation. This is more like almost full coverage or close to full coverage, if not full coverage foundation. So what I like to do is mix this in with my Too Faced Peach Foundation. I wear it on its own, but I kind of rather cut it with another foundation to just make it less full coverage. And it smells like MAC foundations. If you guys haven't tried this out, CoverFX was started by the same founder as MAC. So I have been liking this. It's just more full coverage that I like for day to day. So I'm still going to be wearing that. The Catrice primer, I only wore this one day because it's a jar primer, and like I hate the idea of like putting my finger in here and getting it under my nails and then putting it on my face. So I guess I could like use some kind of brush. I just need to get better about how I want to apply this. So let me know if you guys like to use primer with a brush and what brush you like to use, because I actually found that it does work. Like it fills your pores pretty nicely, and it did sit well on my skin, but applying it was just like a hassle to me sometimes, so I didn't really want to reach for this one. I never ended up using this because I'm so confused by this product. This is the Healthy Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. They sent me this, and there are two foundations. Love both of their foundations, but this is something that just really confuses me. So if you guys use this, let me know how you use it. So it comes out white, and then it turns into this like orangey color. So that's what it looks like when it's blended out, and it's also like chunky. I don't understand this product. Let me know if I'm like just going about this wrong, because I feel like I am. So definitely let me know if you guys use this product, how you like to use it, how you're supposed to apply it. I should probably just read the directions, but the texture just weirded me out, so I ended up not using it. I haven't tried out this brow product yet from Benefit. I have to keep it in here, and I definitely need to use it this month. I've just been using my Anastasia Brow Wiz, my Benefit brow pencils, the Goof Proof and Precisely My Brows. Have not tried out that brow powder yet. And then a couple other palettes I have in here, and some just like random products. Love this powder by IT Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Pores Press. almost out of this. This was an Ipsy sample a month or two ago. Tarte Wipeout palette. I actually still really like this. I know it's no longer available, so I think I'm going to keep this in here because I just want to go ahead and just use it up. And I think I could do that in the next, I don't know, maybe I could at least hit pan on it in the next month. So my plan is to hit pan on these two shades. Maybe I can do it by December. I feel like I have decent dents in both of them. So maybe I could do it by the end of this year. I use my Tarte contour stick a bit, so I'm going to keep that in here. A couple of things I'm going to keep in here because I didn't end up using too much. I did use this, but I want to use it up. I want to finish it up. I've had it in my collection forever. And then this product was really weird to me. This is the Ciate Dewy Stick. So it kind of just looks like you're putting oil on your skin. Like, it feels greasy, and anytime I see somebody apply it, it looks so pretty, but it feels kind of greasy, and I don't think that I'm really gonna wear it too much. I've seen other people apply it. It just looks so pretty, but it looks like grease on me, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one. I ended up using Prosecco Pop quite a bit. I actually forgot about this Catrice blush because I got a couple of blushes from the VIB sale that I've been loving. And then I've been using some new contour products, so I haven't been using my e.l.f. palette, my Tarte palette as much. I've been actually using the new Tarte palette. The VIB sale made me not use some of my old products as much, so some of the things I'm going to keep in here. But then this was something I actually used a lot this month. This is a Kevyn Aucoin concealer, and I'm using the shade 3. It's a pretty full coverage concealer, and it's also matte. And I do prefer more of a luminous finish. I love the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I've been using that almost every single day. This is more full coverage, and it feels like it's too matte under my eyes. But for like the center of my face, any concealing I need to do other than under my eyes, I really like it because it's full coverage and it stays in place. So the coverage is great with this, especially for my nose. Whenever foundation does not stick to my nose, when I apply this, it stays on, it stays put, stays matte. So that's awesome for any like spot concealing, anywhere where foundation just gets like breaks apart easily. You can touch up with this one. I really, really like it, just not for under my eyes. I use my Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks quite a bit. All of these are nude, so it's really easy for me to use. I basically have just been wearing like nude lip, really simple eye all month long. So the other lip products that I have in here, I want to actually keep in here so that I can actually use them in December. Didn't even get to try out this MAC lip product, the liquid lipstick from MAC. I've gotten a couple new lip collections recently as PR, so I'm just going to keep these lip products in here, the Jouer pencils, and these 3 in here because realistically, I'm testing out all of the new releases, and I'm going to be letting you guys know about them soon, that I'm not going to add in a bunch of other products to the mix. But I did rotate through a lot of products in here, mostly the face products and my eyeshadow palettes that I took out of here. Wore those a ton, so anything that I didn't end up using that I want to keep testing out, I'll leave in here and get rid of everything else and start picking out products for December. Alright, so starting off with my eyeliner, mascara, and brow product drawer. This one I never really reach for a lot of things in here to put in my everyday makeup drawer because I use all of these every day. What I do need to do is use up a couple mascaras. So I definitely want to use up the Buxom Big T's mascara. I feel like this is the last month that I can use it. I think I opened this in like October. I actually really, really like this mascara. Ever since I got my Lancome one, I stopped using it because the Lancome one is absolutely amazing. And then a Lash Paradise mascara. I think this is my most recent one. The other one is waterproof. I don't wear it as much. And I want to use it along with this L'Oreal Voluminous Base. I actually really like this. It's a mascara primer. It's so awesome. And I actually want to use this up because I do want to purchase the lash primer from Maybelline. And I don't want to have a bunch of mascara primers open, so let me go ahead and use these up. I haven't been wearing falsies like every single day recently, so it should be pretty easy for me to start using some more mascaras. So I just pulled out a couple different black and brown eyeliners to use for this month. What I've been using every single day for almost a year is this Galactic Shadow Stick in the shade Cashmere. I just ran out of it, so I'm on the hunt for a replacement in my own collection, and I'm definitely going to repurchase it. I love it so much. But for probably the next 2 weeks, I just want to start using up some of these other eyeliners, and some of these are like halfway used up. So this is a good time because I can't use my favorite product right now. So I have the L'Oreal Infallible. This is actually really great from the drugstore. A couple from Mimi Box, a NYX one, and then another one from Galactic in a different shade, more of like a rose gold shade. I'm also going to add in this liquid metal eyeshadow from Catrice. This is a really awesome formula, and I normally don't go for single eyeshadows, but I showed you guys in my favorite this one from L'Oreal. I've been wearing this so much, so since I'm in the habit of single eyeshadows recently for a lid color, I'm gonna go ahead and start using this one, especially because the shade that is similar to this in the Tarte Toasted palette, the light shimmer shade, is called Candle. That one is too chunky for me, so maybe I could use this instead whenever I'm using that palette. I also want to use up this eyeshadow primer from Pure. It's like halfway used up. I just want to go ahead and finish it. I like it a lot. It's a really great primer. It's really opaque, so I definitely recommend this one. I just got a restock of my favorite Benefit Air Patrol primer, so I just want to declutter some other primers before I get back into that one. So moving into blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and stick things that I don't use that often. Okay, so I got a new product. I have not tested it out yet. This is the Chanel Tan de Soleil. I got this for my birthday 2 weeks ago, and I've been scared to use it because it just looks so beautiful on the inside. It looks like a little ice cream cone thing. So I'm scared to use it because it's so beautiful and it's expensive. So I haven't used it yet, but I need to go ahead and start using it since I've been wanting it for years. So I'm definitely going to start using that. And then I want to use my butter highlighter from Physicians Formula. This one is broken. I did a review on all of these, and they are coming out with a new one. This one's broken, and they actually sent me a replacement, but I want to go ahead and use most of this as much as I can before I start using the replacement. This is my favorite shade. This is Champagne. It's like a light rose gold champagne color. It's really pretty. And then this is a new powder trio from Kevyn Aucoin. They sent it to me a few weeks ago right around the VIB sale, but I've been using like my Sweetie Pie, a couple things that I got recently at the VIB sale or just in general. So I haven't been able to use these too much, and this is available as a set at Sephora. It has like a light powder, a blush slash bronzer. This I've used a little bit so far, and then also a purpley highlighter. So I definitely want to incorporate all three of these. I have a feeling this one is going to be a favorite, like a go-to blush for me. And then I put the butter bronzer away for a while. I've been using my Marc Jacobs, the big white bronzer in the back. I've been using that like every single day. I've put this away for a while, but I want to go ahead and hit pan on this. I see like I'm almost going to hit pan on it, and I want to hit pan on it this month, so I'm going to use that. And then I also want to finish up my butter blush, my favorite blush. This is Plum Rose from Physicians Formula. I think I can definitely use this up this month. I don't like it when I have like just a little bit of product left and it's just like taking up room in my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and use this up, and then I'll purchase a new one next year. And then moving into my foundation drawer. So there's a couple things that I know I want to try out this month, or use a lot more of this month. And one is like one of my holy grail products. This is the Makeup Forever HD liquid foundation, and I actually have barely touched this foundation in several months. It's one of my holy grail products. I haven't used it in forever because I've been into actually more full coverage foundations recently. So I want to see how I'm liking it nowadays that I'm used to more of like a medium to full coverage. This is pretty much like light to medium. Then Galactic sent over their face powders. This one is in the shade Fair. They actually are fairly darker. So the shade Fair would be my shade. The shade Light is more of like a medium shade. I just used this for the first time today, so I want to keep using it throughout the month, and I'll let you guys know my thoughts on it because I really like the powder products from Galactic. Their highlighters are awesome. So I want to use up both of these this month. This is the Professional Matte Rescue. I really like this. It's like a gel mattifying primer. It's almost like a lotion, and you could use like another primer on top of it. It's super lightweight. And then the L'Oreal Pro Glow. This has been in my collection for too long now. I need to go ahead and finish it up. and just use what's ever left of it because there's probably like a week's worth of foundation left in here. All right, so I'm doing another throwback of some Holy Grail products. e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. I have not touched this in maybe 6 months, ever since I've been trying out the RCMA powder and then some other powders. But then the RCMA powder, I have not used this since maybe the end of September, since I've been into the Too Faced powder, the Cover FX powder. So now that I've been using different powders, like high-end powders for the past 2 months, I want to see how my more affordable powders are in comparison. Maybe do like one eye with one and one eye with another, and like test things out and let you guys know my thoughts on like how they are compared to each other, like whether or not those are worth the money compared to these. I think that I like my higher end powders more now, but I want to see if my old favorites are still my favorite. Moving into eyeshadow palettes, and I actually just purchased the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, so I don't see myself using too many other palettes this month because I'm going to be reviewing that, testing it out, and doing different looks with that palette. But I also want to do some more holiday looks with some newer palettes. Like I haven't used the Anastasia Prism palette enough. I've used it for more neutral looks, but I want to do some more dramatic looks with this palette and have those up around the holidays. And then I'm actually going to pull out the Modern Renaissance palette. I have not used this in so long. Like I pull it out for review videos and comparison videos, but I haven't used it in so long because my favorite shades are basically used up. But I want to go ahead and use up like this whole part of the palette, like this half of the palette, and then I want to repurchase it in the new year because this was such a loved palette. But I put it away because I hit pan on all my favorite transition shades and I was scared to run out of them. But I want to go ahead and let myself run out of all of my favorite shades, and then I could just go ahead and buy myself a new one because I love this palette so much. I love the formula so much. Alright, so moving into some face palettes, and I did declutter a couple face palettes, or really I just gave them away when I went to visit my family recently this month. So this drawer has a little bit less than it normally does. But one thing I see back here I haven't used, actually let me use this because I have not touched this in a really long time. It's the Becca Jaclyn Hill trio that came out 2 years ago. It's a highlighter trio. It's awesome. And I haven't worn Champagne Pop in a really long time, and I feel like I can probably hit pan on this month. The other two shades I don't wear as much, or I like mix them together. I don't wear them so much on their own. But I really loved this trio, and I just want to go back to like a lot of throwbacks of my old favorites this month. So I want to start using this more. I'm also going to add in the Hourglass Holiday palette that I got during the VIB sale. I've been using this, but I'm also like a little bit scared to use it because it was so expensive. So I feel like I need a reason to wear this palette, and then that's gonna make me end up like never wearing it. So I need to let myself use it just on an everyday basis, not for any fancy reason, just for like a 10-minute makeup look. And that way I can definitely let you guys know my thoughts on like all of the powders. So far I've been using the strobing powder and the bronzer mostly, and then a little bit of this blush, but I want to start using all the face powders on a regular basis. Alright guys, so that's everything for my everyday makeup drawer for December. I did not add any new lip products. Like I said, I did keep my old lip products in here from last month since I didn't really get to test those out too much with a bunch of new lip products that I've gotten recently, and I'll be sharing some new lip releases in the next couple weeks on my channel too. But I'm also really excited to go back to some old favorites, the Modern Renaissance palette, my RCMA powder, my Makeup Forever foundation, just a bunch of things that I used to wear on a daily basis that I have kind of just put away for a while. So I'm excited to see how I feel about them now. But that's everything for my everyday makeup drawer. I'll be listing a lot of the products I mentioned today in my description box, as well as the 2 giveaways that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But that's everything for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.